This is a Dahlia Arabian Night that has been happily flowering away in this pot all summer. However, we've now got to a stage where it, quite frankly, looks a bit rubbish because there's a little bit of frost on it. So the time has come to take this out of the pot and store it somewhere until next spring. So the first thing to do is obviously to cut it back, because all of this stuff here is no use to anybody and it's just going to make it more bulky to store later on. So just cut it back. Take out anything else that happens to have seeded itself in the pot, like that verbascum. Chop that back. So here we have the naked and vulnerable body of the dahlia. So you need to try and get it out of the pot, which is often easier said than done. So if you loosen it up, and then eventually the whole thing will come out in one pop like that. So that's the dahlia that we need to preserve for next year. The first thing to do is to get all the loose soil off it, like this. One of the things that dahlias don't like is to be wet during the winter, so you need to find somewhere dry to store it, and also somewhere that is frost-free. So chucking it into an old shed is often not quite good enough because the frost can get in there, so it needs a bit of insulation and a bit of snuggling down, I think is probably what it is. So the first thing to do is to store it for a couple of weeks upside down. So like that, which means that any moisture that is in the plant comes out of the stalks. So that's the first thing to do. And the second thing after that is to put it somewhere dry and cozy for the winter. This one, interestingly, has, over the course of the summer, had a baby. So instead of having one dahlia, we now have two.